Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, happy Saturday morning to you all. It's about 8 a.m. Headed out for a work commute, working the weekend. Whatever it takes, right? I'm still in the same tank of fuel from when I came back my trip on Monday. Been cruising along in town. Fuel economy number, displayed number at least, is lower than actual by far. I'm sure this thing's getting high 50s, low 60s. But I am headed on to Sugarland today. I've got a work commute at a site that is expanding a project that we did a little while back, a few months back, adding a couple more doors to a ubiquity access system. Okay, someone lost a dog leash or some kind of a tie down. So I'll be working most of the day today, I think. A good half of the day anyway. The weather's nice out here, like 72, but we're supposed to get some thunder showers this afternoon into tonight and tomorrow. Definitely tomorrow is looking like a rain out. Got a 70 or 80% chance of nasty thunderstorms, so won't be doing any riding tomorrow probably. It's just as well. I've got stuff at home that I need to work on. Haven't had any time yet to finish reorganizing data and getting my editing station back together, other than what I did a couple days ago. It's just waiting on me. I was really tired last night. Oh, finally they're extending this turn lane, and yeah, it's about time. It needs more of a turn lane because that traffic stacks up too long there. That means they're probably going to retime that light as well. That's a good thing. Anywho, I was just tuckered out last night. I ended up working a little bit more remotely and doing some documentation and stuff like that, and it took me through about 11 o'clock at night. I did not have any time to work on video, but we'll see how that goes maybe for this evening. I won't have time to set up for my live stream that I was talking about, so that's a no-go for this weekend. I guess I'll have to wait till next weekend. Next weekend is my daughter's birthday, so I don't know if I'll have time then either, huh? This is Mother's Day weekend, so tomorrow it's going to be a rainy Mother's Day. Not sure what we're going to do. Feels good out here this morning. Low 70s, slightly humid but not clammy. I have nothing to talk about this morning. My brain is just kind of idling right now. Well, I got a lot of stuff going on upstairs, but not really fit for consumption. Personal stuff. I'm really buckling down, trying to get as much work done as I can so I can catch up on the finances and be able to take off for a couple of weeks in June. Hopefully that all works out. I'd like to see the guys. Oh, Adrian pinged Neil and I last night on a group text saying, are we going to get in a camping weekend before the weather gets stupid hot? Man, I'm game for that. I'd love to get out and just sit for 2 days, not do a rolling road trip, you know, pack it up and go every day, but actually sit somewhere and just relax and do a lot of nothing. Some cooking and camping and staring at the trees, you know, just kind of unwind. I have a lot of road trips. I do a lot of traveling, but that's traveling. It's not relaxing necessarily. It certainly isn't sitting in one spot for multiple days where you can relax. You know, you're constantly on the road and deploying camp, packing up camp. That has its appeal too, but I need some of the sit down, do nothing stuff for a little while. Balance out the equation. I'd like to get into my XT250 sometime soon if I can scrounge up the time. I need to buy a couple of little maintenance parts for it, O-rings and whatnot for the cam chain cover, and what did I have? I had just some little oil leak stuff, you know. It's getting older, and I've gotten in it a couple times and not replaced those O-rings, and they've flattened out just a little too much, so they're leaking a bit. And refresh that, figure out if it's my regulator rectifier or the stator that gave up in it a couple, 3 years back. Put that thing back on the road. That would be really good to take out moto-camping, adventure camping again. I've had a few invites from people across Texas and, well, across the US actually, but just somewhat recently in the last year or two, let's say, people here in the Texas area saying, hey, I live in this particular area, if you're coming through, let me know. I've got land, and you're welcome to moto camp and hang out here as long as you want. It's really cool. I need to go back through my notes and try to find those people. What I need to do is get better at marking those. You know, I always reply back, hey, thanks for the invite, I appreciate it, but then I lose it in the sea of emails and comments that come through all the time. So I need to figure out a better way to mark those and catalog them for future reference. See if I can take up some of those kind people on their offers. I'm hoping that I can get my shoulder and my back and all that back into decent condition to where I can do that long ride on the Natchez Trace. Yeah, 400 miles of the Natchez Trace. That would be just fantabulous. Quite sure my back isn't up to it right now. My right shoulder, definitely not. My left shoulder seems to be doing better after the last injection that they gave me. I don't know if it's going to continue, you know, getting better, or if it's just a short-term benefit from the injection. Usually those injections wear off after a week or so, week to 10 days, something like that, if they haven't done any lasting repair, you know, reduced inflammation to where the body can get in there to work on repairing the damage. So my left shoulder is doing better. I still have a lot of numbness and tingling and everything in the hand, and can't feel my finger, but the pain in the shoulder, I guess whatever it is, the brachial plexus there, isn't as bad as it used to be, so that's a welcome improvement. My right shoulder, I've never gotten any care on that. It's like they missed it completely during the accident, or, you know, the wreck, not accident, the wreck overview. You know, they're looking at all the x-rays and the MRIs and everything like that. I'm pretty sure they did both shoulders, but it's my right shoulder that's given me more hell than my left one by far, and I haven't gotten anything for that. It's not even on their radar, so I guess eventually I'm going to end up paying for that out of my own pocket. My attorneys called me right before I left on the Life of Birch trip. It was, well, I guess Thursday, the day that I left. I couldn't hear the call because I was on the road, and I saw the voicemail and the text message and all that, and I replied back saying, I'll be back in town on Monday, I'll call you on Monday. And I've called them 3 times through the week, never returned my call, nothing. It's like, alright, what's going on? They said they had important information regarding my case. Okay, well, I'm glad to talk to you, let's talk, but they're ghosting me. You know, I haven't talked to one of the attorneys yet, not once. The people that, oh, check out the horses. The people that I've talked to are the legal assistants and, you know, whatever. I don't understand how all that works. I never have gotten into that. Don't really want to know because I've never been involved or entrenched in it, but trying to bite my tongue, say things nice. Let's just say that they're not there to help you. The medical professionals and the attorneys are not there to help you. They're there to make money off of you. They're going to run you through the ringer, put you through the process, so the process is yet another punishment. If they were really there to help and working for the betterment and at the behest of their client, then they would have MDs sitting at the top of this chain that are looking at the charts and the, you know, designing a care plan and all that, instead of just the referral game. Let's send this poor injured fucker to every clinic we can find and run every test and stab them and make them fill out the same paperwork 700 motherfucking times. Every time I go into one of those places, I'm refilling the same paperwork, even at the same location. I have to fill out the same paperwork again and again and again. It's like, do you guys not have an EMR? Do you not have electronic medical records? Do you not record this shit somewhere else that I don't have to fill out 18 pages of shit every single time I come in? It's just such a ridiculous waste of time. It's an insult. It really is an insult, especially when you're injured. Jesus, man. When I was filling that stuff out every single time after the wreck, I could barely use my left hand. And I'm a lefty. You know, I have to write this shit again and again. It takes me 20 or 30 minutes to write through all this, and my hand is on fire, burning. I just want to lop it off. And I'm like, okay, finally, I got through it. And then I go in to the same place a week later, and I'm filling out the same shit again. Are you fucking kidding me? How absolutely disastrously unprepared are you people? Anyway, I'm just bitching, but it's very annoying and it's demoralizing, you know, because you think, okay, well, I'm going through this process to get better, and then they just keep fucking kicking you in the nuts. Here, let me sit down on this wooden chair and give you a mallet. Why don't you pound my balls flat for me and tell me this is therapeutic? Fuck your hat. Anytime I get to thinking about that, it just pisses me off, man. They're not there to help. They're there to hurt. They're there to extract something from you, whether it's your time or your money or your patience. They're just absolutely not in it for your benefit. So if there were an MD sitting on top of it, looking at everything, they can go, okay, well, yeah, here are the problems, and then this is what we need to do to reach the other end of this tunnel. You know, this procedure, we got these checkpoints, these milestones we need to reach as far as care and recovery, and then evaluate and see if it's doing the right thing. If it's not, then we change gears, we do something different. I'm not getting any of that, man. Here, keep going to the same thing. Keep doing the same thing. Bang your head into this wall. Is your forehead bleeding? Okay, just bang a different part of your head. It'll be okay. Eventually you'll get to a point where the pain doesn't matter anymore because you're going to be brain damaged or unconscious. So just keep going. It's all right. It's okay. We're professionals. Go fuck your hat. I know when something's not healthy. I know when it's not helping me at all. Like the first chiropractor that I was going to in this routine of shit, you can tell that these are referrals. They're in-network referrals, so these people can get paid. And I understand the mechanics behind that somewhat. You've got to find providers that are willing to work with the attorneys that are doing cases on contingency, you know, these injury cases. So if nothing happens, or if the client dies or fucks off and just decides to not continue the process, then they get reduced billing or whatever it is. So I understand the mechanics of it, but at the same time, they're not necessarily going for the best care providers to do the job. And the first chiropractor that I went to, there's no nice way to say it. The dude was a quack. Literally, he was just a quack. Talking about all this homeopathic new age bullshit and all that. And fine, yeah, I'm anti-drugs and anti-this and that, and you know, I prefer a homeopathic solution whenever there is one. But I mean, this guy just had an ulterior motive and was selling other shit, and he was a bit of a sadist. I mean, he was digging into me with full weight, full force on the injuries around my hip and my lower back. I've got black and blue bone bruising all the way down, and he's digging his elbows into me and grinding into my hip and all that. I'm like, fuck, dude. And he said it a couple times, well, let me know if I'm being too rough and we'll do something different. And I tell him every time, yeah, fuck, you're killing me, dude. My pain threshold just went up to about a 19.5 out of a 10 scale. What are you doing? Because he's, you know, he's jabbing into the sciatic nerve and all that. It's already inflamed, jack off. I don't need somebody digging into it with their elbow. And he did it again and again and again every single time I went in, and he'd, you know, grind me up like that and then put me on a TENS unit for 20 minutes. And that's it. That's the routine. That's not physical therapy, man. That's medieval torture with a tech twist. So I quit going to that guy. I was like, I ain't doing it. He moved his office around Christmas time, and his scheduling was all screwed up, and I was like, yeah, that's fine. I'm not going back. I went to his new office once, maybe twice, and it was the same routine. I was like, I'm done. I'm done. Physical therapy is working on the problem and slowly making you better, not intentionally injuring you, trying to raise your pain thermometer to where the old pain is better than the new pain. That's bullshit. I know how to play the pain game. I've been there for a long time, but when someone is intentionally trying to kill you, it's not going to work. Never have I gotten any PT for range of motion or exercise or anything like that. I mean, I can do some of that stuff, but with rotator cuff damage and you know, the impinged nerves, I'd much rather have a professional take on that, you know. Tell me exactly which exercises are not going to further aggravate that nerve center. I can do the research, but fuck, that's what they're getting paid for, right? They're supposed to be the doctors and the professionals. They got degrees for that shit, right? Right? I'm not a doctor. Stayed at a Holiday Inn Express once, but didn't get my diploma from that. I don't know, man. Getting old sucks. Warranty expires, all the shit starts breaking. Replacement parts no longer available. It's all custom built, very expensive, bespoke. Need to 3D print some new parts, I think. Green light. Really nice morning for a ride. Love to just get out on the country roads and go somewhere. Go nowhere, not somewhere, just go nowhere, just go. Find an unknown road and just see where it leads. I miss that, man. I used to do that all the time. Just go out and intentionally try to get lost. I'd succeed sometimes. I had a pretty good sense of direction, but you get enough twists and turns and crazy stuff. We don't have, you know, tall landmarks out here to guide our path other than the sun, but we don't have mountains or anything to backstop us, so you can get pretty turned around on flatland, especially around noon. You know, sun straight up. I have no clue where I am. I'm just going to keep going a direction until I hit a major road. It's fun though, just get lost. I used to love doing that when I was younger, before the advent of GPS and smartphones and all that, because you could really get lost, and good luck. Hope you find another person out there somewhere. Stop, ask directions, flag down somebody driving the other direction on the road and say, where the hell are we? How do I get out of here? As long as you got a tank of fuel, or, you know, at least enough gas to get where you need to get out of there, and some water, hey, that's fine. Exploring, man, exploring. Inevitably I'd run into people like, what are you doing out here? They're like, you're out here on a motorcycle, or you're out here on a scooter or whatever. We don't even take our trucks down these roads. Yep, that's me. No outlet. I just want to keep riding. Ruh-roh, I don't know if we're going to do work there today or not. Parking lot's looking a bit full. We don't like doing stuff when they're busy, because things we do tend to interrupt their flow. Huh. They're having something. I don't know. If it's all outside, it's okay. If they're doing indoor stuff, we might mess up their connectivity. Well, we're going into the facility. I'll figure it out. This side looks pretty empty. Hopefully we'll be okay. Now, where to park? That's the next bit of fun. I'm going to park it right over here in the front. Oh, it's signed. What does it say? What duty sign say? Reserved. Nope, I'm not parking there then. Put it in that corner over there. How about that? Okie dokie. Move it back to where it doesn't get run into. and we've arrived, and the fuel gauge hasn't even budged. Miserly little 500 doing great. I think I'm rubbing my paint down finally with the top, the roll bag sitting on here. I noticed it last time I went out, but that Life of Birch strip with all the grit and the rain and how brutal that rainstorm was, I've noticed that I'm missing more paint here and there. That's just dirt, but this is getting rubbed loose, so I'm gonna need to pull that off and paint it. Paint both of them so they match. And then up here in the front, my forks, I think I pointed that out before, they got sandblasted and they lost all their paint on the front, so I guess that paint was getting thin. It wasn't like that when I did the fork job on it just before the trip, so I guess I need to pull them out of there again, mask them off, paint them, put some sturdier stuff on there. Powder coat's the best way to go, but it's a much deeper process. Anywho, I've arrived. I'm going to wait for my buddy to show up, and we're going to go get breakfast and then come back here and work and put in a couple of cameras and at least one more access control, one more door. So, catch you later. Alright, so the workday is done. We are finished up here. Got our retrofit complete. It was a little bit of a hunting expedition trying to figure out all the wiring on a couple of these door sensors and whatnot. They have it's an old Honeywell system that we've been replacing here piece by piece, and he's going out the other way. I'm going to go this way. Those Honeywell systems, can't remember the full controller name, but anyway, they use supervisor resistive loads on a lot of the digital inputs, your supervised inputs. So when you have no idea what those silly resistors are, you got to go hunting all over the place to find them. Sometimes they have them at the equipment side, sometimes they have them at the panel side, sometimes they're in the middle of the run somewhere that they decided to splice. I mean, give me a break. So the problem was the passive infrared sensor and also our request to exit buttons weren't working because we're reusing the old wiring, and we had to go hunting all over the place to find the stupid supervisory resistors in there, and then suddenly, oh, everything works. It's not that old a construction. I mean, it's, I think, 15 years old, but they had their way of doing things, and we're trying to reuse their wiring so we don't have to pull fresh stuff through already full conduit. You do the best you can. It took us probably at least 2 hours longer than we wanted, close to 3 hours longer. Just because we're hunting those resistors, because we're testing the lines out. We can tone the lines out. We know exactly which line it is, but then when we hook up stuff on the other end of it, it's not working the way that it's supposed to. So that tells us there's a resistor in there somewhere. Oh man, I'm tired. Goodness. It's still very chilly out here. It was quite windy earlier. This cold front is blowing through, so we're gonna get some rain here soon. Hopefully I'll be dry on my way home, but this evening, going into tomorrow, we've definitely got thunderstorms in the forecast. It is on the schedule. Go home, clean house a little bit, help my wife get everything situated and cleaned up. She's been preparing for my youngest's 7th birthday party, which will be next weekend, but we're getting all the stuff ready now. So I'm going to help her straighten up the house, clean up a bit, and tomorrow is Mother's Day, so I'm not sure what our plans are as a family, but we'll figure something out. work a little bit on some more billing and some documentation for a customer, and then we'll start planning a couple of big projects for next week. There's one that I need to do. It's a good project. It's a big project. It'll be, you know, reasonably profitable, but I've just been dreading it because it's going to be a cluster-foo doing a cross-tenant migration inside of Azure Office 365, getting away from a large VAR MSP and going native onto Microsoft, because the MSP that they're on is using a bunch of very limited front ends and crappy stuff. I won't say who it is, but now sure, I'll say who it is. AppRiver. AppRiver's just, I don't like them at all. They've got a couple of good tools, but their management suite is just, it's crap. They dumb down the Azure and O365 interface to where you don't really have access to any of the tools, and they're having real deliverability issues right now with Gmail and Yahoo and AT&T and all that, and it's been going on for a while. It's not fresh. And we've talked to them and like, look guys, come on, this is in Office 365. Why is it that our SPF and DKIM is so fouled up? And yeah, anywho. So we're just going to do a cross-tenant migration in place, but in order for that to happen, we have to bike stuck over there. We have to get AppRiver to release the tenant. That way we don't have to just do a full cold roll migration, you know, export, import, all that. Ideally, we just get the tenant released and onboard it as a fresh tenant ID and readopt that data. I've done it before with GoDaddy and a few others, and it's not terribly difficult once you can get the originating MSP to release it. So we'll figure it out. And then beyond that, I've got a couple of other big projects that are gearing up in the planning and get ready phases for summertime for schools. And go while it's green. Of course you're not going to go while it's green. It's already red again. Right shoe is coming untied. These guys are still out here panhandling. Howdy. No cash, man. I'm a plastic guy. Sorry.
That's all good.
What's the charity?
True Gospel Recovery.
Nice. Cool. All right. Good luck. Congrats, man. I really don't have any cash. If I did, I might give them something, but no cash. Cashless. If I have cash, it gets eaten up by my my kids or my wife. They'll see it in the wallet and snag it. Howdy.
How you doing?
Good. How about you? You too. Pretty much the only time I carry cash these days is when I'm traveling or road tripping, but when I'm around town, I guess I've just gotten lazy. Only use plastic. It's quicker to pay at the pump and keep on rolling, which is really about the only thing I do is, you know, eating out and getting gas. That's it. That's all I do. Work and sleep and eat. That's it. Or not.
footer, no footer, no footer, no footer, no footer, no footer. No footer, no footer. I'm gonna have to have a footer now. This guy got here before me. Your turn, man.
Still feels really good out here, man. If it wasn't for the impending doom of the rain that's coming, it'd be a great day to ride. Green Tesla. Oh, no footer. No footer. I made it. Nice.
I'm gonna check to see what time it is. 3:10. Yeah.
Keep going, people. Go while it's green. Nothing but green. Keep going. Oh my god, the guy making a triple. Oh, and this idiot. A guy making a triple left because he's stupid and impatient, and then you got other ones that are making last second right lane changes. Come on, people. Think it through. Look at the lane markings. They're all over the pavement. There's signs everywhere. Quit being douchebags. I'd love to string a hammock between those trees right there, just right by the water. Just hang out for a couple hours. This cool breeze. So good out here. Right over here is where that lady was killed on a bicycle last year. Right about a year ago, I think. It was either in that section or this section. I know that it was right over here, kind of by the Armed Forces Memorial. 2 or 3 cagers speeding through here, 70 plus. A lady in a, I think it was a Honda CRV, was following another lady in a minivan, just right up her ass. Bumper biting, road raging, I'm sure, you know, 70 plus miles an hour on a 45, and the lead car shagged over just at the last second, and there was a bicyclist on the, you know, the right part of the road, or right part of the lane, and the lady in the trailing vehicle didn't have time to hit her brakes or adjust her trajectory or anything. Just wham, I mean, just nailed the lady on the bike, killed her on impact. Stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Just in a fucking hurry. Can't slow down. Can't live like a normal human. Have a little bit of compassion and respect for those around you. No. I gotta hurry and get where I'm going. You're in my way. Give me a break. And she didn't even fall. She didn't face manslaughter charges. I think she should have, 100%. Second degree vehicular manslaughter, something along those lines, because there's an aggravating factor of the speed and the reckless driving. 30 over is reckless driving, period. And the estimated speed that she hit her was over 70, like 72 or something like that, just based on the impact and how far she was thrown and the skid marks and all that. Give me a break, man. If you're gonna do that shit, at least make sure you've got clear road in front of you and you can see what's coming. So that's going to be a Chevron there on the corner. That was a CVS for, you know, I don't know, 10 plus years, whatever. And when we had our huge flood with, what was the second big hurricane, Harvey, that came through here, and all this was underwater. And that place, the water level was up to almost the top of the windows, the top of that brick area right there. Crazy. So all these businesses through here were just absolutely flooded, and they're just now rebuilding it. Oh yeah, they got a charging station in the back and everything. Yeah, cool. Finally doing something with it. It's been reopened for a long time, but it was just a business hub and office. CVS was probably using it for you know, office operations, or who knows, but there was no name, nothing out on the front of it. Ruh-roh. Oh yeah, I forgot about the construction. Yeah, this is gonna suck. Yeah, it's gonna suck. Yep, one lane. It's worse than it ever was now. Hopefully they can get this done soon-ish. It's already bad coming through here because of the park right over there. There's no other north-south through this area. You know, this is the first exit out of the park area to go north. I guess I could go further down to Mason, but yeah, that's another mile back.
to slow down for me. Except this guy's on his brakes for no fucking reason. There's nothing in front of you. Keep going. What are you stopping for? What are you looking at? Quit rubbernecking. Roll. Get the fuck out of the way. No, just rolling 15 to 18 miles an hour. Just holding up the road. It's green. What are you waiting on? Fuck it, idiot. Fucking assholes. Alrighty, home again. Do some house cleaning and rearranging to get ready for Mother's Day. And I will have to... What's wrong with you? You okay? She's been walking real slow lately. Her hind quarters are starting to bug her. She's getting older. A lot of these dogs end up with hip dysplasia as they age, so she's getting there. Anyway, I bid you all farewell. I'm gonna try not to lop the bike over into my car here and get in my gate. So I'll catch you later. Thanks for tagging along.